demonstrate. We're going to see the speed and the skill of NBA guards. Two of the league's best going head-to-head.
And when I think basketball, I envision guards pushing the tempo, taking threes. The modern NBA has a lot of talent. The pace has never been higher.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Harris steps in at the 4 with Duren at the center spot. Duncan Robinson out there with Cunningham. And it's Thompson in at the small forward. Puts it up. Out to Bridges. Brunson outside. Towns against Duren. Here's Hart. Good, and the assist goes to Towns.
Well, look, Towns is not just a scorer. He's a willing and capable playmaker as well. That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead it to the score.
Oh, how about using the rim to get some true game time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff. Second-round pick back in 2018. Stardom wasn't expected for Jalen Brunson, but he's always been a winner.
You look at his physical attributes, nothing jumps out at you, but it's all between the ears with him. The skill, the footwork, the vision, that's what makes him elite.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
A bit ago, Mike Brown and I were able to chat. Much of our discussion centered around Cade Cunningham. He said that's their catalyst. They look to him to control the pace, to read the defense, and to make the right basketball play, which he usually does. He is very tough to neutralize. Guys, back to you.
We appreciate it, Allie. Thank you. The Pistons have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Duren with the screen on Brunson. Here's Cunningham, banked in off the glass.
Cunningham is so skilled working the pick and roll. That time the play was for himself to score.
Bridges outside. Back to Brunson. Over Cunningham. And Brunson the basket on the assist from Bridges.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
On the wing, Harris. And stolen by Hart. Bridges passes to Anunoby.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Towns kicks to Hart. Towns sets the pick for Hart. Offline with his 3.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
That's a 2 from Cunningham. And a great job by the D contesting that shot and forcing the miss. And GA, you started your career with the Knicks. What memories do you have from your time in New York?
Well, after winning the championship in college, it was great to play for a team in the NBA that had similar aspirations. So many great veterans to learn from and a Hall of Fame coach.
Cunningham passes to Duren. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Well, as a lob partner, Duren's exactly what you want. He really goes and gets it.
And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. He's ready to talk things through with them. And you talk about size, coach, strength, and bounce. Jalen Duren drawing comparisons now to a young Dwight Howard.
Yeah, he certainly is, Kevin. And look, I like to be careful when we're making those kind of comparisons with a young player and a Hall of Famer like Dwight Howard. But there are similarities with the athleticism and the relentless approach to defense and rebound.
And then for Detroit, Stewart comes in for Asar Thompson, and Kevin Huerter subbed in for Robinson. And 1:01 left to play in the first quarter. Robinson a screen on Harris. And that one's good, Shemet.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
But let's see how they play the clock.
Harris looking it over. Back to Cunningham. Pass to Stewart. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. New York leading by 5. Clarkson outside. From the arc. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Here's Cunningham. Fires for 3. And so it's the New York Knicks in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And what stands out to you from New York in this one?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Yeah, they've looked sharp early on with their offense, getting good chances and converting what they've taken.
Here are the 5 Detroit has to start the second quarter. They've got Holland. He's out there with Isaiah Stewart. Kevin Huerter is out there with LeVert, and it's Jenkins in at the point guard position. Now here's Jenkins. Jordan Clarkson missing his last shot. From deep, Huerter. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. And this is their first time matched up with the Pistons this year.
Yeah, some history here, though, of course. They won that first-round series in last year's playoffs and ended up sending them packing.
Using that speed of his on the drive, Clarkson just so elusive when he puts it on the floor.
Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. And this young Pistons team, GA, you and I love them, building around toughness.
Yeah, offensively, attacking the paint, defensively, where they are engaged. And they'll send you to the foul line quite a bit, but it's a product of that hard-nosed style.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, deflections are a stat that a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for Landry Shamet. Detroit also making some changes. Asar Thompson, he's checked in for Karis LeVert. Duncan Robinson comes in for Kevin Huerter. And it's Cunningham in for Jenkins.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Pass to Holland. Cunningham kicks to Robinson. The three-pointer, no good.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Alvarado with it. Still scoreless. Shot from 16. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots off to a good start.
And yeah, he's not messing around. He wants no part of a comeback in this one.
Well, this is how you shut the door, right? You keep making good shots, and you build the lead.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. different look for New York. Hart, he's checked in for Robinson. OG Anunoby comes in for Clarkson. And it's Bridges in for Jose Alvarado. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Harris is checked in for Holland. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Robinson passes to Thompson. Well, Greg, you've had a long NBA career, so I'm curious, what's one of the biggest changes you've noticed since you've retired?
Well, one that doesn't get talked about enough. Length. Players these days are just longer, especially in the backcourt and that wing position. It feels like every team has a guy 6'9" or taller that is a pure perimeter player.
And now, Allie LaForce says something for us from the sideline.
Thank you, guys. Karl Anthony Towns is now familiar with the ethos of this Knicks team. He said they're gritty, they find a way to win, they never quit, bringing that New York mentality every single night. It's something that you recognize when you get to live in that kind of a culture. Guys, back to you.
They are relentless. All right, Allie, we appreciate the report.
With enthusiasm, Anunoby punishing the D for giving him that opening.
Robinson passes to Stewart. And here's Cunningham. Clock at 6. Puts it up from 15. It's rebounded by Towns.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Pass to Thompson. Brunson against Cunningham.
Back door.
Thompson, a screen on Brunson. Back to Thompson. And Mikal Bridges pulls it down. For the Detroit Pistons, they won their last contest, that game against the Raptors in Toronto. Towns sets the pick for Bridges. No good from outside.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That's his first foul for the Knicks. Mitchell Robinson comes in for Towns. And it's Jordan Clarkson in for Anunoby. And Detroit with a change here, too. Duran's checked in. "20 seconds left in the first half. Cunningham looking it over. 5 on the clock. Over Brunson. Rebounded by Hart.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
That'll do it for the first half. Knicks out front, up by 15. And let's hear from Allie LaForce, who joins us from the sidelines. Allie?
Karl, you were able to build the lead, but what's the key to maintaining it or even increasing it going forward?
Don't change what we're doing. So stay together, keep passing the ball, keep playing great defense, and just keep making them think and make decisions, especially the difficult ones.
Consistency is a beautiful thing. Thanks, Karl.
Thanks, Allie. Much appreciated. Halftime now, and we'll be back to get the third quarter underway in just a moment.
Howdy, folks. The moment you've been waiting for is here. Before we recap the first half, let's see what the standings look like in the East.
Taking a look at New York, there are some high expectations coming into the season, and they can create a lot of pressure on a team. But they said, we can handle it, and they're proving it.
Yeah, they've got the character and the talent to be a top team in the league.
And fellas, bringing it back to our main matchup here. Through the first half, Karl Anthony Towns has been getting it done.
I love Cat's aggressiveness. He's working, using his size, leaning on dudes, and then he can step out to 25 feet and knock it down.
And from one big fella to another, I assume you'd tell him, just keep doing what you're doing. And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. And what can you say? Towns, an impressive effort here.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for Detroit. 15-point game. And we'll go courtside to hear more about what's going on with OG Anunoby. Allie?
Thanks, guys. I got some news from the Knicks head athletic trainer. There's some pain in the chest area, especially when breathing. Right now, it's being called a bruise. All indications are that he's able to play through it, and while this injury doesn't seem to be a lingering one, it's still something to monitor.
Allie, thanks as always. We appreciate the report.
Yeah, that's great to hear. You just never know how long someone might be out, but that report sounds encouraging.
OG Anunoby is out there with Hart. Then there's Towns. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Bridges in at the shooting guard. That's the 5 for New York right now. You look at the Pistons stand, statistically pretty solid across the board.
Yeah, they're well balanced. They have guys with size, athleticism, skill. You got to give a lot of credit to the front office and these players for their hard work.
New York leading by 15. Brunson finds Anunoby. Outside, Towns. From outside, off the mark. The Pistons shooting just 33%, struggling to get good looks. Cunningham gets the bucket.
Yep, and that's a confidence builder for Cunningham. Good to see him getting it done inside.
Brunson the pass to Towns. Shoots it up. Rebounded by the Pistons. When this game is done, they'll be off to Chicago as they take on the Bulls. And that's game 4 of 4 out on the road floor. And here's Harris from the arc. Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound. Cunningham against Brunson. And Towns the bucket on the assist by Brunson. Brunson's got 3 assists now in this one. Pistons trail by 15. Outside Robinson. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Here's Cunningham, back to Robinson. Shoots over Bridges. Robinson misses. The Knicks have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Here's Anunoby. Misses from close range.
Oh, nice job protecting the rim. Turning an easy bucket into a miss.
Cunningham kicks to Robinson. No good on the 3.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
Now, here's Bridges. Still yet to score. 3-pointer. Thompson with the rebound.
Yeah, but the defenders draped all over him. He just could not shake loose.
Cunningham outside. For 3, Harris. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And over the course of his career, Tobias Harris has shown a willingness to embrace various roles.
Well, look, Kevin, Tobias Harris is not only a highly skilled player, but he is a team-oriented, win-first, veteran guy, totally unselfish, and will just figure out a way that he needs to help any team he's on get to where they want to go.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Stewart's checked in for Harris. Karis LeVert comes in for Thompson. Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for Robinson. And it's Jenkins in for Cunningham. Duran finds Huerter. Duran with the screen on Clarkson. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Pass to Sohan. Clarkson taking his time here. Shot clock at 6. Shoots over Huerter. Hits the front of the rim and out. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And here is Jenkins. Scoreless thus far. They could use a bucket. He doesn't hit that one. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Knicks lead by 17. We've got more in store for you right after this. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. The Knicks leading by 17. On the court for the Pistons, they've got Kevin Huerter. Isaiah Stewart out there with Holland. Then there's Karis LeVert, and it's Cunningham in at the 1.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
Puts up a 3. It's rebounded by New York. Towns has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Clarkson passes to Alvarado. Over to the wing. Right side Towns. Back to Alvarado. Pass to Shamet. From deep. And the Knicks miss again. Pistons trail by 17. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Can't argue with a chance like that. Give me more of those.
The Knicks have gone 0-3 to start the fourth quarter. And Mike Brown decides to call timeout. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team.
Here they are, your Knicks set squad.
New York making a change here. Brunson's checked in, and a switcher also for Detroit. Harris is checked in for Holland. Now, let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Mike Brown was just reviewing the plan with his team. He said, this is who we are. This is the pace. Don't let up. He said it doesn't matter if they go on a run. What matters is how we respond. They plan to respond with a fury, guys.
All right, Allie, we thank you for that. Now, here's Clarkson. Brunson, left side. Baseline try. It's rebounded by Herter. Pistons trail by 15. Down low. And Stewart gets it to go.
What I love about Stewart, he never backs down. Plays the game with passion that's rarely seen.
Pass to Brunson. Outworking the defense. Again, Brunson.
And loving the strategy. Even though you're well ahead, you want to stay in attack mode.
Yeah, you got to keep going at him. You don't want to leave any hope for a comeback.
Cunningham inside. Brunson covering from 15 feet away. It's good.
Yeah, they need Cunningham to be effective from that mid-range area.
The Knicks leading by 13, and Mike Brown decides to call timeout. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page.
See yourself on the screen, and you show up for the best move. Let's go! Let's see what you got.
So for the Knicks, Harden's checked in for Robinson. OG Anunoby comes in for Clarkson, and it's Bridges in for Jose Alvarado. Then for the Pistons, Duren, he's checked in for Stewart. Asar Thompson comes in for Karis LeVert. Robinson is subbed in for Kevin Herter. Here's Towns. Rebounded by Thompson. Pistons trail by 13. Harris, oh, the slam dunk.
A solid athlete with a good vertical. Harris knows how to get inside and hammer it home.
Knicks have gone just 1 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. The Pistons have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Now Cunningham.
Got it! Well, the physicality of the NBA takes some getting used to, but Cunningham is able to make those tough finishes.
It's stolen by Duren.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
Yeah, you know, I like how they're not relying on just one guy to get it done. They're sharing the ball and keeping the defense guessing.
Now, here's Cunningham. Jalen Brunson missing his last shot. Cunningham against Brunson. Can't get it. New York leading by 7. Outside, Anunoby. 1:21 left here in the fourth quarter. Now Towns. Strong move off the glass.
Yeah, this is what makes Towns an all-star caliber player. He has the ability to take over games by himself.
Duren trying to break free, and he gets it to go.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for New York. 17 points was their biggest margin. Brunson sets a screen for Hart. Takes the 3. Rebounded by Thompson. The Pistons on offense. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way. they're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything special. Just take time off the clock.
And that one is good.
With how fast Brunson plays, this pull-up is really unguarded.
Here is Cunningham. Jalen Brunson picking up that last basket. It's Cunningham with the drive. That one misses. Cunningham against Brunson. So it's New York picking up the win. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and playing with just a little more confidence than their opponents.
So let's go courtside where Allie LaForce is standing by with our player of the game, Allie.
All right, I'm with Karl Anthony Towns. Karl, congratulations on the victory. What was key in getting the win here tonight?
I mean, we played like we wanted it more. You know, we came out here and we just did a lot of great defensive stops. It wasn't offensive. It was more defensive. We did a great job. We got those 50-50 balls, put us in a nice position.
We can see and feel that desperation. Congrats on the win.
And as always, Allie, thank you so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. And for all of us here at the table, Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony and our terrific sideline reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us tonight. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Karl Anthony Towns.